Seconds Out, Ayman Khan here with the one and only Elle Brooke. Elle, you're not on fight duty this weekend. Must be refreshing to just take a step back.
Oh my God, it's so nice to enjoy a fight week that's not your own fight week. And especially, mine was only 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, so it's still very raw. So yeah, no, it's great to just be a fan.
Let's cast your eye on some of the fights, starting off with the women. I know you've had a bit of interest in little Kimchi, seeing that you sparred her. She's taken on little Belzy this weekend. What have you made of Kimchi as a fighter?
Yeah, she's super small, but she's super aggressive. I think she's kind of like me, just smaller. We're literally built the same, but she's a southpaw, which is interesting. So I don't know if Elsie would have prepared for that because Kimchi's not had a fight, so you can't really study her that much. But she's really tough and she's strong, and she hit me a few times with her right hand, and I was thinking, I don't want to get hit by you. Like, honestly, like, these aren't punches you can take. So that's going to be an interesting fight. Belzy looks super fit. She's strong. She's taller. So whether she can use her range, I'm not sure whether Kimchi will be too much for her and overpower her.
The winner, potentially a future opponent for you?
Yeah, no, 100%. After this tournament, I'm looking to go down in weight anyway. I shouldn't be fighting girls that are 140 pounds and then, rehydration. Like, there's like so many, I shouldn't be fighting at this weight. But it's a challenge and there's no one to fight. And, I wanted to stay active. So it's a risk I took. But yeah, no, 100%. There's two girl fights that are, potential for opponents on the stage.
HGK versus Tennessee Fresh. What can we expect to see from that fight?
Yeah, I didn't watch too much of their workouts apart from Tennessee. So, no, they both look really, really good. And, I'm supporting them. They're fresh faces in the scene and I wish them the best. And it's so good to have more women representation in boxing and influencer boxing. There definitely is a very shallow pool right now. So the fact that there's two women cards on here is absolutely brilliant.
Before we get to yourself, let's take a look at the main event here, KSI versus Joe Fournier. Do you feel that Joe is going to bring KSI his greatest test so far, the test that he's wanted to have in the ring?
100% he's going to be his greatest test so far, but I also don't think that KSI would ever take a fight that he didn't think he would win. It's risky, it is risky, but I probably don't think it's as risky as Jake and Tommy, but it is good. It's going to be good to see where he's at and his training and how he can perform against, a professional boxer, because other influencers are probably a bit unorthodox and awkward and, a bit scrappy. So it'll be good to see, like a proper boxing match this time.
This year, if we were to ask you which fight you'd rather see, KSI versus Tommy Fury or KSI versus Jake Paul, which would be your pick?
Jake Paul, 100%. I don't think that you can have this build-up of years and years and then not make that fight happen. Although, styles make fights. Like, KSI could probably beat Tommy Fury. We don't know. But that Jake Paul, KSI fight needs to happen.
Let's turn our attentions to you. I very much enjoyed the Kingpin high-stakes tournament, the first round. Heading towards the second round, there's been a slight delay, but the opponent doesn't change. She's taking on Jully Poca. Julie got the win last time around. What did you make of Julie's performance? How much of a test is she for you?
She's going to be 100% my hardest opponent. Yeah, she's strong. I think she's had a lot of experience in MMA. She's had MMA fights before. She's bigger, she's stronger, she's heavier, she's taller. Everything. On paper, she probably should win. So this is going to be my biggest test, and I still think that I've got this. I trust myself and I trust the work I've been doing with Mark, and it's good that we can see a fight with Daniela so we know what to prepare ourselves against, because her fight was great, but Daniela didn't throw a lot, so she actually hasn't really been punched. She's not had that pressure. She was just, mauling Daniela. So, it'll be an interesting one. I think she's definitely suited better style-wise than my last opponent, so I think it's a great matchup.
Is this the type of fight where you feel you're miles better than her, or specifically you have to game plan for her to get the win?
Every fight should have a game plan. I think that's what went wrong with Ola. I think there wasn't a structure or a game plan. And there's a few things that went wrong with that performance. And this time, it's game plan. And you should have that with every opponent. It was obviously if you know what they're fighting. And it's good that we have footage of it this time so we can really focus on what to do. So yeah, I trust in Mark. We're creating some magical things, and I'm training every single day. I'm training hard, killing myself in the gym. Train hard, fight easy, hopefully.
Now, there was an electric atmosphere in the arena because of the Brazilian fans. They brought a heat on that night. Now, I've heard from people in Dublin that the Brazilian community is even bigger, even stronger in Dublin. Are you ready for that crowd to be booing against you and wanting to see you fall onto the canvas?
I think it's a good test, and it's a good test to have so early on in my career. You know, it's my 4th fight, so it's definitely going to be good. And you know, I'm the B-side this time. I think I'm not being told, but I see myself second on the posters. I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. But yeah, it's a great test, and I can't tell you how I'm going to feel until I'm there. But I'm going to do lots of mental training and lots of preparation to get there. Yeah, I've never been booed before. It's going to be quite a different experience, isn't it? I mean, I get lots of hate on the internet, but booed in person, like Brazilians are wild. I don't know whether to go like full Conor McGregor. Maybe not. Let's not offend them. I'm keeping this very civilized. I have a lot of respect for Julie. There's no bad blood. We're just going to have 2 women fighting for our lives in front of each other, in front of thousands of people.
From watching the first round, has your mind changed as to who will be in the opposite corner to you in the final?
No. I think my sister has a good shot at getting to the final. I also think Barbie has a big shot of getting into the finals. So it's boxing. Anything can happen on the night. My sister's confident. She has a great coach. She's got a great amateur coach. So they're used to training newbies. So she's picking it up super quickly because she's been around me and around the boxing. So she's picking it way quicker than I ever have. Hats off to her. If you look at our first fight compared to hers, like she absolutely smashed it. She looked 10 times better boxer than I did. So she has absolutely all chance to get into the final.
Barbie looks a real handful though.
Barbie's shit. She's just big. Like, I don't think she's technically the best boxer ever. She's just huge. Yes, her uppercuts are good, but technically, if she was my size, would it be the same fight? No, she's just really big, and she has that size advantage. So, you know, she's not shit. That wasn't the right word, but she's not the best technically in the tournament. She's just big.
You're confident that your sister beats her?
I'm confident. I am confident. My sister's got fire. You know, Whitney and Barbie was definitely a good fight. Both girls showed absolute heart.
The press conference will start in 10 minutes. Press conference will start in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Fuck, what was I saying? Whitney and Barbie was a great fight. So it'll be interesting. Whitney's a lot bigger, got a lot bigger reach than my sister.
Please
so Barbie's got a
fighters make their way to the stage. Fighters involved in the press conference make their way to the stage. Thank you.
He's so rude. I'm kidding. No, Barbie and my sister have got completely different fights. But I know my sister's sparring much bigger people. Her and her coach are taking the time to find bigger sparring partners. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
We'll wrap up with a couple of final questions. Ebony Bridges looks like she's on the road to recovery now. A lot of people waiting to see her back. She's looking to get back in the ring. How far away do you think she is, and how much of a splash can she make when she gets back into the ring?
She's been in the gym all week, working. So, you know, I think she'll be out in the summer again. I don't think it'll be too long. And she just loves boxing. Obviously, that's what she is. She's a boxer. I'm an OnlyFans star that does boxing, but she's a boxer. So she wants to get out there as soon as possible, start smashing faces in. That's what she does best.
There are enough credible people, though, saying that you can transition into professional sport. Look, from your own words, is that the plan, and how far away from that are you?
Listen, I want to box. This is what I want to do. There's something that has changed my life for so many reasons for the better. And it's what I want to do with my life. So whether that means I can professionally box, like I really hope that I can get there one day and be the caliber of professional boxers. I'd love to follow in the steps of Ebony. But yeah, we'll see. I just hope I get to be good enough one day. But, you know, I've only been boxing a year, and it's something that I'm going to continue doing. So I definitely think that I could get there.
Can I just ask you in the sense of, look, you're a very much a successful OnlyFans star. That must pay the bills and then some. Do you really need boxing in that sort of sense?
No, hell no. I don't need it. And it's taken so much time away from my content creation that I'd probably make more money if I wasn't boxing. But this is something I want to do for my mental health and my legacy, and you know, it gives me a reason to wake up in the morning. Like, it's, you know, stop me doing drugs and alcohol and everything crazy on the weekend. So it's benefited me hugely. And yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm not a party girl anymore. I'm in that gym 6 days a week. I stay in. I don't spend ridiculous amount of money because I'm always home. I'm always working, bettering myself. So this is my path and what I want to do with my life.
Well said, Emily. Thanks. Well said, Elle. Sorry. Flub right at the end. Thanks for speaking to SecondsOut. Much appreciated.